ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भगवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः। यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। वांसांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि। तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि। नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापः न शोषयति मारुतः अच्छेद्योऽयमदाह्योऽयम् अक्लेद्यो शोष्य एव च नित्यः सर्वगतस्थाणुः अचलोऽयं सनातनः अव्यक्तोऽयमचिन्त्योऽयम् अविकार्योऽयमुच्यते तस्मादेवं विदित्वैनं नानुशोचितुमर्हसि अथ चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतम् तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैनं शोचितुमर्हसि Second verse we have seen yatha is just is. Naraha jirnani vamsamsi vihaya, just as a person old clothes, having given up old clothes, aparani navani vamsamsi gruhnati, and that person take one new clothes. Aparani means other new clothes. Same way, so too Dehi, one who sitting inside the body, that Dehi, Jirnani Sharirani, Vihaya, having given up all the bodies, and Anyani, Navani, Sharirani, Sanyati. And that person, having given up all the bodies, and travels and get new bodies, means this Atma, even Jivatma is Nitya, keep on changing. Nitya means it keep on changing, they never die. And we were seeing Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavakaha, Na Chainam Apaha Kledayanti, Marutaha, Na Shoshayati. Everywhere Enam Enam. The meaning of Enam is Atmanam. This Enam is this. And what is the meaning of this? One who is under discussion. So this Atmanam, weapons cannot slay, a weapon cannot cut. Enam Atmanam, fire does not burn. Apaha Enam Atmanam, do not drown. And Marutaha, this wind or air, Enam Atmanam, never do not dry. And we are seeing why they cannot dry, why they cannot drown. This everything we have seen, but last we were seeing this. There are three orders of reality. One is called ultimate reality, it is called Paramarthik Satta. Another is called empirical reality, and third one is called subjective reality. Subjective reality depends on empirical reality, and this empirical reality depends on ultimate reality. In both reality, ultimately, they are depend on Paramarthik Satta only. Means consciousness only. Without consciousness, subjective reality cannot be possible, and without consciousness, empirical reality cannot be possible. And one thing yesterday I didn't clear, only today just clicked. In our dream, if we have experience of rain, in dream we have experience of cyclone, in dream if we have experience of some tsunami, and even in dream if we have experienced somebody has murdered us, if we have experience, but does it is change in Vyavaharik Satta? No. Why? The reason is both are totally different realities. So what we are experienced in our dream, it is not Satyam, it is not truth in our Vyavaharik Satta. Same way, what we are experiencing here in this empirical reality cannot be affect consciousness. So if somebody, whatever, Enam Atmanam Chidan, the all four Mahabhutas cannot affect Atmanam, because this four Mahabhuta belongs to Vyavaharik Satta, and this consciousness is the ultimate reality. That's why this four Mahabhuta cannot touch, cannot slay this consciousness. One thing yesterday that I didn't explain, I think so. Maybe in my mind, but I didn't explain properly. Second thing, so what is the meaning of Vyavaharik Satta and Pratibhasik Satta? So I can say there is a two type of Pratibhasik Satta. One is called dream world. And another is called our subjective world. What I think is only correct. It is called subjective world. So dream world may become in while we are sleeping, but this subjective world can be applicable in waking state also, Vyavaharik Satta also. And generally, we all know mostly we all live in subjective world only. Because what we have decided, what we have gone through, different type of experience, and then we have taken some, decision. If I behave this way, then only I will happy. This whatever we have taken decision are called subjective world, subjective reality, and according to that purpose only we live in this empirical reality. So in empirical reality, really speaking, there is again subjective reality also included. In waking state, our mind, what we thinks and what we think, it is called subjective reality. Shastra says, you should give up this subjective reality and you have to totally accept this empirical reality. So we have to first step is we have to accept empirical reality, then only we can move forward up to ultimate reality. And what is empirical reality? So we have seen even in Tattva Bodha, Ishvara is abhinna nimitta upadan karan. So Ishvara is material cause also of this world, and Ishvara is even efficient cause. So with whom we are interacting in this Vyavaharik Satta or empirical reality is nothing but Ishvara. And if we accept whole world in the form of Ishvara, then only it says we are living in Vyavaharik Satta. And if we live like this, then our mind have no any type of problem with any type of person. This person can accept whole world is a Ishvara. In such mind, Tattvamasi Mahavakya is some meaningful. So that's why if somebody says Ishvara cannot help in Vedanta, without Ishvara, Vedanta doesn't work. Because first we have to accept this Ishvara Srishti. Then only we can understand this whole consciousness. What about? That's why Vyavaharik Satta is equal to Ishvara Srishti. And Ishvara being material cause and efficient cause, we have to accept as it is. Whatever they are, whatever their nature, whatever their even attitude, whatever. But we have to accept as a Ishvara only. And I have written also here, we are ready to accept Ishvara as the efficient force. Bhagavan is Nimitta Karan, we have no problem. But we are not able to accept, actually we are not able to assimilate. Ishvara is also material cause. And material cause means whole Jagat is nothing but different names and forms plus Ishvara, nothing else. If we can accept, then our mind has no problem. And such mind only can understand, can assimilate Atmatvena Janati. Veda Vinashinam Nityam. It said Atmatvena Janati, one who knows I am a Nitya, Katham Sapurusham Parthakam Ghatayati Hantikam. We have seen, then only that person can understand I am mere consciousness. And again, we have to remember one thing. Again, one thing we have to remember, this Paramarthik Satta or ultimate reality, it is our mere understanding. Understanding only, we have to live in our Vyavaharik Satta only. Even after having a self-knowledge, when we have self-knowledge, then it will click in our mind, here is nothing but Ishvara plus Namu. That Gnan will occur in our Buddhi. But this Buddhi Vritti will go over. Same again, we have to deal with this Jagat only. And if we are dealing with Jagat, this Jagat doesn't know whether we are Atmagnani or not. They have behaved according to their own way, but still, if we can accept, then it is called we have assimilate this Gnana. So, Atmagnani means doesn't mean he has to just sitting in one corner, nothing to do. That Atmagnani has to work in this Vyavaharik Satta only. This is, I am all pervading consciousness. This always in Buddhi. How? Understand. And if still, we can have discussion later. But this we have to understand, Atmagnanam, I all pervading consciousness, it will occur in mind. Like 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. It's just available in our mind, then 2 plus 2 only not remain in 4 in our mind. It will go. Same way this Gnanam, I am all pervading, this Gnan will come. But it will go because it's Vritti Gnanam, it's a thought, it will go. And again, this whole Jagat will be in front of us. We have to deal with this world in which way all are nothing but all are Ishvara. That's why even any devotee, any Gnani doesn't have problem with world because they have accepted. So when we heard this Gnaneshwara was eating chapati and he would like to apply ghee on chapati, and when he was applying ghee on the chapati, one dog has come and snatched away from his hand chapati. Then Gnaneshwara running behind him, he says, "Oh Ishvara, I have forgotten to apply ghee. You please take ghee." This is called total acceptance. Everything is nothing but Ishvara. And that's why enam atmanam na chindanti, enam atmanam na dahati, enam atmanam na kledayanti, enam atmanam na shoshayati, 4 panchamahabhutas. Because both are in total different types of reality. Atmanam is Paramarthik and Vyavaharik Satta is different. Panchamahabhuta comes and Vyavaharik Satta. Today I have put, this is to see a snake on the rope is also called Pratibhasik Satta. So this is in dark, in not dark, but is in twilight. It looks like this is rope, a snake is sitting, but really it is rope. So to see a snake on the rock is called subjective reality. It is a pratibhasik satta. And according to our thinking, we live whole jagat, whole life. But lastly, I have written here, suppose we have physical body. This gross body is nothing but a mixture of all different type of metals. It belongs to earth. Physical body has temperature, it belongs to fire. Physical body has water, say more than 90% is water inside our body, and physical body has carbon, is even a different type of oxygen. So this is called Prithvi Tattva. This is called, we can say, fire, Agni Tattva. This is Apaha, means Panch Mahabhuta, and oxygen, physical. And whenever if blood can move, this is space. If there are stomach, there is a space, it's called space. So our body is also made up of what? Panch Mahabhuta only. So when the person will die, these all elements are just merged with their all elements, nothing else. Same shloka is almost repeated in different way. So in 24th verse, Bhagavan says, Achedyaha ayam, adahyaha ayam, akledyaha ashosyaha. Ayam means ayam atma. Ayam atma achedyaha. Ayam atma adahyaha. Ayam atma akledyaha. Ayam ashosyaha. Same nainam chintanti shastrani is equal to achedyaha. This atma cannot be slain. Adayaha, ayam atma cannot be burnt, and ayam atma cannot be drowned, and our ayam atma cannot be dried. Again, same, four Mahabhuta cannot affect this atma. Then there is a question was asked. Even I know you don't know much Sanskritam, but in Bhashyam, Shankaracharya has raised the question. Why this is repetition? Because again here, Ayam Atma Nityaha, we have seen again, Nityaha means it is given in different way, it is not bound by time. Ayam Atma Sarvagataha means all pervading, that we have seen. Ayam Atma Sthanu, he says, it's stable, it is written here, it doesn't, it's stable. And again it says, Achalaha Ayam. The meaning of Achalaha, Shankaracharya says, even one who is remained steady, fixed, it can be swayed. So this Achalaha means is immovable. So Sthanahu means stable, and Achalaha means immovable, and Sanatanaha means eternal. So these all are repetition, almost a repetition. So Shankaracharya says, why Bhagavan keep on repeating? Even Arjuna is smart, still Bhagavan, why keep on repeating? So he's given good answer. So need not to. Ete sham shlokanam panuruptyam cha chodaniyam. So Shankaracharya has written, this shloka is just like a punurupti, means repetition. Panuruptyam means repetition. Why Bhagavan keep on saying? Because he says, Ekena eva shlokena atmanaha nityatvam avikriyatvam cha uktam. By one shloka only, Bhagavan has already told Atma is nitya, and Atma doesn't go any type of modification. In which shloka? So say, he said, na jayate na mriyate. It is already told. Then why this is punarupti? Why this keep on repetition? So he says, and he says, Yata eva atma vishayam kinchit uchyate tat etasmat shloka arthat na atirichyate. Kinchit shabdataha punuruptam kinchit arthataha na vichyate. So why this repetition? We are not going to each and every word meaning, but he has given the meaning Durbodhatvat Atma Vastuna. This Atma Tattvam, this consciousness, is being difficult to understand. Durbodhatvat. He says, being Durbodhatvat, Huj Atmana Vastuna. This Atma Tattva, this consciousness is difficult to understand. That's why Punaha Prasangam Apadya. Bhagwan will bring different type of incidents in Shabdantarena Tadeva Vastu Nirupayati. Having brought different type of incident in with different type of words, but Bhagwan will give same Vastu, same Atma. Bhagwan will repeat again and again, not in second chapter, but up to 18th chapter. It will keep on coming. The meaning is Durbodhatvat, because it is very difficult to understand. Bodha means gnanam, Durbodha dukkhena gnanam. It is very difficult. And lastly, this line is very beautiful. He says, Bhagavan Vasudevaha katham nu nama sansarinam avyaktam tattvam buddhi gocharatam apanna sat sansar nivruttayasya. It's like Bhagavan is thinking. He has written like Bhagavan is thinking. And he says, this poor sansari, this worldly people, sansarina, for such people, this Atma Tattvam is avyaktam. It is very difficult. Avyaktam is unmanifest. Avyaktam. And buddhi gocharatam apannam. If it comes in their buddhi, these worldly people buddhi, then these people sansara nivrittistya. Then they people can come out from this sansara. For that only reason, Bhagavan is repeating Atma Tattva. This is very beautiful. For this reason only, sansara nivritti syat. Person can come out from this world. That's why this repeating. Then avyaktoyam adaya. This is the last verse actually, in which Bhagavan has described the Atmana Tattvam in this second chapter. It will come in third, fourth in different way, but this is the last. So he says, Ayam avyaktaha. Again, Ayam means Ayam Atma. This consciousness, Ayam Atma, avyaktaha, Ayam achintyaha, Ayam avikaryaha, uchyate. So this Atma, avyaktaha, meaning vyaktaha, which is available for our five sense organ, is called vyaktaha. But which is not available for our five sense organ. Never anybody has said, I have seen Atma. Never anybody has said, I have smelled Atma. Never anybody has said, I have touched Atma. All five sense organ cannot access this Atma. It's called avyakta. If it is not available for five sense organ, then how can it think of? That's why it says, for that reason, achintya. It is difficult to contemplate. It is not as an object of thought. Because people would like to experience something. When they experience, then they say, yes, something is happening. But Shastra says, you cannot experience Atma. And if somebody asks why, because sweet sugar cannot experience sweetness. Fire cannot experience heat. Same way, we cannot experience consciousness. Why? Because this is our real nature. That's why it is achintya. It is not object for our thought process. So it is called achintya. Mind cannot think, how can be Atma? Which color would be? Next, impossible. Achintya. And last one, avikarya. It is never subject to change. It is never subject to any type of modification. Avikaryah. Ayamuchyate. This Atma doesn't go any type of modification. Should we complete previous verse? Chala. Okay. Ayam avikaryam. Tasmat. Last one Bhagavan says Tasmat. The meaning of Tasmat in English we say therefore. When I am solving some rider in mathematics, that's the lastly we says therefore. This is this same way Bhagavan says this Atma cannot be slain. This Atma cannot be hit. Anything you cannot kill the Atma. Then therefore, evam viditva, having understand Atma in this manner. Enam vidit evam means in this manner. Viditva, having known. In which type of? So, aham nityaha, aham satyaha, aham sat, aham akarta abhokta, aham nirvikari, aham aprameya. All 6 lists what we have seen. Evam viditva, having known, Bhagavan says, na anushochitum arhasi. You are not subject to, you are not deserved to grieve. Anushochitum means grief. There are one word, shochitum. Shochitum means we say grief. But when anu, no, the meaning anu means after. The meaning anu means after. So Arjuna was thinking, Bhishma and Drona is very near to me, very highly respectable for me. It is called anu. Then what will happen to me? This is called anu. So having keep on thinking like this, Bhagavan says, you need not to grieve. You are not deserved to grieve because they are not going to die. If this body will go, they will remain as it is. Because this Atma is avyaktaha, ayam achintyaha. So this is very beautifully unique. But avyaktaha, Shankaracharya is given very beautifully in his Bhashya. He says, what is the meaning of avyaktaha? He says, sarva karana avishayatva. This consciousness is a not object of any instrument, means any 5 sense organ. That's why na vyajyate. We cannot objectify that Atma. And that's why it is called avyakta. It is unmanifest. And if we can not objectified Atma, then how can we think of which color, which smell, which type of word Atma is? If somebody is listening anahat nadana, so this is not Atma. Atma doesn't have any sound. If sound is there, then it becomes duality. In duality, Atma cannot sustain. So everything, whatever experience we have, this is not Atma. That's why it is achintya. This is not I am telling, but Pujya Swamiji was telling in one his lecture. He says somebody has come. He says, I have heard a good sound when I was sitting in meditation. Then Swamiji says, do you have any stomach problem? That person said, no. So if you have stomach problem, no, then some good happen. And you might have heard this in meditation. And this you are telling, I have some experience. So you cannot hear Atma. This, whatever you are hearing in your meditation, it is cannot be Atma because this is you. Because if you are objectified with your 5 sense organ, that cannot be Atma. And if he is not objectified, so how I can think? That's why it says achintya. We cannot thought of. That's why Shankaracharya has written, Yadhi Indriya Gocharam was any object which is available for our sense organs, that only we can do some contemplation. We can think of. Ayam tu Atma, this consciousness is Anindriya Gocharatva. It never comes under the five sense organs filled. Gochara means filled. That's why achintya. Avikaryaha ayam. It never subject to any type of modification. So he says, yatha kshiram. In night we put milk with a drop of even buttermilk, even some nowadays in summer 1 drop of curd is totally this poor kshir become vikari and it becomes a curd. Like this atma also vikari subject to modification. It says avikarya. This atma is never subject to any type of modification. It's called avikarya. And why this is avikari, Shankaracharya has given one more logic. He says, nir avayavatvat avikriya. One who is limb, one who has avayava, part, that has only vikriya. But this atma, nir avayavatvat, it doesn't have any limb. So when we are born, we have very good limb, no? Our all are very fresh. And when time comes, it says all are with wrinkles. So it is called vikari. But this atma is avikriya because it doesn't have any avayava. That's why it's avikarya. And he says, nir avayavam kinchit vikriyatmakam na drashtam. In this word also, which doesn't have any limb, cannot undergo any type of modification. Avikriyatvat avikaryaha ayam atma. Because this atma is avikriya, not subject to modification. That's why it's called avikarya. So if atma has such quality, then why you are grieving? What is the cause of grieving? That's why Bhagavan says, Natvam sochitum arhasi. Because of these reasons only. So I have just put, if we take for Arjuna, Bhishma, Drona, and other relatives. If we take, Bhishma and Drona has their own gross body. Bhishma and Drona has their own subtle body. This gross body will merge with 5 Panch Mahabhuta. This subtle body, they will never die. They will travel. So where is the question of grieving? Nothing die, only just keep on changing. So consciousness, this subtle body is traveling, this gross body is merged, and consciousness remain as it is. So where to subject to grieve? Why should we grieve? We should not grieve. That's why Bhagavan says, Tasmat, therefore, enamatmanam evam, in this way, viditva, having known, avyakta, achintya, vikarya, nitya, you can everything, whatever we know, all adjective of our say, having known like this, natvam shochitum arhasi, we need not to grieve. That's why Bhagavan says, anushochitum na arhasi. Arhasi is the kriyapad, the meaning is deserve. But na arhasi, everywhere, you should not deserve. You are not deserve to grieve. Shochitam will come last. So until we have seen, again I can put, we have seen this one. This consciousness, we have seen all 6 features. Nityaha, Satyaha, Sarvagataha, Aprameyaha, Akarta, non-doer, non-enjoyer, and Nirvikaraha. Because our nature is like this, Tasmat, Natvam Shochitu Arhasi. Then Arjuna may have pick up one another argument. So this is one topic is over about the self. Now, what Arjuna is thinking, Arjuna says, I understood. I'm all pervading, I'm Nitya, I have no problem. But when some body is in front of me, I can able to sit on his lap, I can have some relation with it. So this is always give some good feeling. That's why I have to give, that's why I'm shouting. For that purpose also now Bhagavan is arguing. So what Arjuna would like to say, Arjuna says, let Atma being eternal, but I cannot talk with Atma. I cannot share with Atma something, I would like to share something. So I cannot share with Atma. There is a no enjoyment in Atma. But if some body is in front of me, then I can talk, I can share, I can happy, and I enjoy everything. Everything I can do with Bhishma and Drona. That's why I love Bhishma Drona's body. Then what should I do? So he says Arjuna loves Anatma. Arjuna says, I love Anatma. Anatma means Jad Sharira of Bhishma and Drona. So we say again, this who are sitting inside our real nature Atma is Nitya that we have seen, while our Anatma, this body, mind, sense complex, is Anitya. This consciousness is all pervading. This Anatma being inert, it is a limited. This consciousness is not a subject of six, five sense organs, while this inert body is a prameya, is object for everything. This consciousness is a sat, while this our body is asat. This Atma is Devi, is residing in the, is a different from this body, while Anatma is Deha. This Atma is avikari, not subject to any type of modification, while Anatma is vikari, keep on changing. And one more thing we have seen, this Atma is our real nature, while body is a agantuk, incidental attribute, everything. The still Arjuna says, I love Anatma. Then what should I do? Then Bhagavan is there also argument for this. Then that's why I have written. Now topic is totally changed. Bhagavan says, okay, you are not accept to Atma or a Bhishma Drona as a Atma, and you are seeing their bodies, still you have to accept what is the fact. He says, accept the fact, connect to Anatma, and don't take it as a Atma. This is body, if they were going to perish only, then you have to accept this body will perish. Why you are not accepting this body? Why should perish? It is not good. Then I have just putting one reason. If sometimes donkey kicks us, we went, do we go to the police station, we complain? This donkey nowadays is kicking me. We never complain. Why? This is the nature of donkey, kicking. Same way the nature of this body is to perish only. Then why should we complain? This is the argument of now Lord Krishna. So totally he has jumped from Atma to Anatma. So that's why I am written here. If you take Anatma, then accept the nature of Anatma. You should not see Anatma as a Atma. So that's why I have said from 11 to 25 verses is the description of our nature, consciousness. Now from 26th verse, Bhagavan says, you have to take as a Jivatma. Bhagwan just come down at a Jivatma level. He said, I am accepted. So whenever there is a topic is changed, so how Vedavyasa can show now topic is changed. So this Atha Shabda, the meaning of Atha means now topic is changed. So Bhagavan says now, Atha means now, if you are not ready to accept Atma's original nature, and if you are seeing Anatma, then who are sitting inside this body, this Enam, Nitya Jata, this Jivatma, always keep on born again and again. One who is dying, they will go on. So Enam, again, this Jivatma, here we are not Atma, but we can write Jivatma. So it says, Enam Jivatma Nitya Jata. Jata means born. We don't know how much birth we have taken. It's called Nitya Jata. The body, Jivatma, is Nitya Jata. And how can it possible Nitya Jata? Then keep on dying only. So he says, this Jivatma also, Nityam Brutam. So one who is born, that person will definitely go. So one who is born, it will go. Yadi va manyase. Bhagavan says, if you think, this is manyase. If you think like that, then you have to accept Enam Atma Nitya Jatam, Enam Atma Nityam Mritam. And if this is the fact, then you have to accept this fact also. We have to accept. We are accepting everything, but which is the truth, we cannot ready to accept. That's why Bhagavan says, Tathapitva. Even having seen at that level also, Tathapi, so too also, Tvam means you, Shochitum na arhasi. Even at that point of view also, you should not grieve. Because this Jivatma keep on born, is keep on born, again death, birth and death is natural for every Jivatma. They are not going to die. They are also keep on changing Vamsansi Jiranani. They won't die. Then why you are grieving? At that point of view also, you need not to grieve. Not need not, you should not grieve. You are not deserved to grieve. This is written here. This Mahabaho we have seen, it is the Sambodhana of Arjuna. So this is Athacha Enam Nitya Jatam Va Nityam Vritam Manyase. If you think, if you consider this Jivatma is Nitya Jatam and Nityam Vritam, then Tathapitvam, at that level also, from in this way, Shochitam na arnasi. You should not grieve. So I have written here, and why Arjuna should not grieve. So I have just written Anatma, because we are talking of Anatma. So Anatma has that its own nature. Anatma cannot stay at one place, keep on changing. So it keeps moving, never remain the same. Even in this body also, this Anatma, Asti Jayate, Vardate, Viparinamate, Apakshayate, Nashyate. This 6 type of modification, this body keep on undergoing. Then what we have to do? Only one thing, accept. Nothing we can do, accept. And therefore, need not to deserve to grieve. You should not grieve why this person has died. This is the fact. And I have just given one example. Flower. Before flower, it was bud and then it perished. So bud, flower, perish. Fruit was first unripe, then ripen, then perish. Same way in egg, baby bird comes out, becomes a bird, adult, perish. Same way this body also. So here I have mentioned one line. It is from Kathopanishad. This is also show how much our Nachiketa was discriminative. So he has argued, because when his father has cursed him, you have to go to Yamaloka, you have to die. Then he was very sad, his father. He says, out of anger I had told you need not to go to Yamadharmaraja, you need not to die. Go. At that time he argued this way. Nachiketa says, Sasyamiva, the meaning of Sasyam, there is one word is called Sasyam. This small grass, when rain comes, they are come out from the earth. He says, this Sasyam, when rain comes, ajayate. When rain goes, there is no rain, they again martyate. Again, punaha, rain comes, they will come, again they will go. So we also like Sasyamiva. This all Jivatma is like Sasyam, is like this blade of grass. Whenever our Prarabdha Karma comes, we are born, when Prarabdha Karma over, we go. So Sasyamiva, Sasyam eva, martyate, Sasyamiva, ajayate puna. Sasyam means like small grasses, beautiful grasses come here also. So this grass, poor grass has no life. Rain comes, they come into being. When rain goes, again this sun starts, they go. Same way, this body also, it will come, it will go. And this is the nature, then you accept the nature. You should not fight, you should not oppose. So, O Mahabaho, the meaning is, O Mahabaho means Almighty One. Athacha, even though in this level, Atha means topic has been changed, Enam, again I will read this Atha. If you think Nitya Jatam, it constantly born or constantly it goes dead. If you think like that, Manyase, Tathapi, even then, Tvam evam shochitum na arhasi. Still, you do not grieve, because this is the nature of Anatma. So in life, two things keep on coming. One is Atma, one is Anatma. Always I used to say, in this body, two things are living. One is inert, one is sentient. Inert is our subtle bodies are inert, and even gross body is inert. They keep on changing. One is remain unchanged, is called sentient. And this is we. Let them keep on changing. We should know this is their nature. They keep on changing. My nature is unchanged. And this is me. We have to accept the fact. In next verse, oftenly quoted. This verse is oftenly quoted. We will just see, and tomorrow we will see the meaning. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmad apariharyete natvam shochitumarhasi. Simple translation is Jatasya, one who is born, for such person, Mrityuhu Dhruvaha. This is definite, death will come. And Bhutasya cha, one who is dead, for such people, Janma is Dhruvam. And this is in not our hand. It is called Apariharyate, which is not in our hand. Then only thing, Natvam Shochitumaras. We need not grieve. But more we will see tomorrow through partners. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। Any question?